Hi guys, I'm Shane Snipes, and you are watching Sustainable 1000. Thanks so much for continuing to follow me around the country as we explore what sustainability means. I'm sitting down with John Drake here from Green Apple Architecture in Orlando, Florida, and we're going to go over three things that you should ask your architect if you're going to build a new home or approach an architect to help work with you on creating a sustainable building. This is some of the questions, three basic questions that you should ask them just to figure out whether they really know what sustainability is and what green building is. So, what do you think the first question is that folks should ask of their architect?
The first would be ask them what carbon neutrality is.
Mhm. And what should you look for? What should you look for in that answer?
Um, they should understand what, uh, like talked about the trees. Wood is carbon neutral because it takes carbon out of the environment and puts it into the house, gets it out of the loop.
Exactly.
Um, Concrete's bad because it uses petrochemicals and things like that. Releases carbon into the atmosphere when it's being produced.
Absolutely. What's another question that you could ask people?
Ask them if they've ever designed using repurposed materials, like designed a table that was integrated into the structure of the house for the dining room table. The wood for the table came out of a turn of the century train car. So a lot of, some architects will only work with new materials because they don't have the time to uh, like explore new materials or.
Sure. Well, sourcing new materials takes time and energy, as I've discovered from many designers and builders in Seattle when I was doing these interviews in the beginning. Some of my first interviews, the guy who's building now infill buildings, he says, look, because I've developed all these relationships and have these suppliers, I can build a sustainable house for about 1.5% more than your regular home. So you're talking about a negligible cost difference using mostly renewable materials, which brings up the third question, I think, which is.
Um, what is their definition of a green or a sustainable material? You
And what should they look for in answers to that question?
um, Repurposed materials. If they're using wood, FSC certified wood. Finding local materials. How can you incorporate, if they know a building's getting torn down in town, how can you get your hands on like stone out of it to clad the house or things like that?
Absolutely. Do they know what the local restore is? If they don't know what the local restore is, then chances are restores, by the way, is a chain that Habitat for Humanity runs, where they pull all this building material from all these buildings that have been torn down, and they put it into this store where they sell it back to contractors and other folks. And if folks want to find out more information about you, John, and your work, where should they go for your website?
Greenapplearchitecture.com.
There you go, folks. And of course, you can check out Sustainable 1000 anytime, 24/7. We have 700 plus interviews up there now. I think I'm approaching 795 or something like that. Really exciting stuff. Check us out. I'm Shane Snipes, and don't forget, be sustainable.